Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Okay, so we are going back to Nahu, and the first thing that we're going to do is to talk about the second i'rab that I have not yet talked to you. I mean, I did give an intro right at the beginning, but then I said we'll come back to this later. So now that we've learned Nakis, right, the one that ends with weak letters, then we can do this now. Okay, so
Mm,
there are two types of
mm,
i'rab, the zahir, the clear one. So for example,
mm,
this word here, ar-rasulu, this is clearly rafa. Here on the
mm,
second ayat is ar-rasulah, is clearly nasab. And here we have bir
mm,
rusuli, although this is the plural of rasul, but it's clearly jar. Okay, so these are,
mm.
you clearly can see the difference from rafa to nasab to jar. Obviously, this is rafa because why? Why is this word rafa?
Because of the the harfu lam got marfu.
I mean, oh
Got doma
yes,
doma.
yes, but what is the i'rab? As
Uh,
in, what is it doing here? What's the relationship to the word
marfu.
before?
Oh, this one. Okay,
Mm.
this one it become the isim yakuna.
Yes, it's the ism of yakuna. Okay, yes, it is marfu bil dhamma. And then this one, why is it nasab?
Mafulun bihi for the fi'il it tabakna.
Very good. This is the maf'ul bihi. This is mansub bil.
Fathah.
Yes. And last one, bil rusuli. Why is it jar?
Majrul bil ba.
Yes, majrur because of the ba here. This is majrur bil kasra. Very good. And then there is a second i'rab, which is taqdiri. Okay, means that it's not clear like this. You have to imply it. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. Yes, you have to imply it, meaning you have to estimate it whether it's rafa, nasab, or jar. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There are three reasons why we have i'rab that is taqdiri. One is that it is ta'adzur. You have to remember this term because we will use this term in i'rab. Ta'adzur means that it is impossible to pronounce with harakah. This will happen on words that end with letter alif. Okay, so hudan, it will always be hudan, right? It can never be hudun or hudayun, right? It's always hudan. Same like aso, because alif can never take a harakah. So it's impossible. So it is ta'adzur. Okay. Then the second one is it is thiqol. Thiqol means difficult, heavy actually, right? So heavy on the tongue meaning it's difficult to pronounce. So when a letter has a ya at the end, then putting a haraka on it is difficult. Okay? And the last one is it is ishtighal al-mahalu bil harakatil munasabah. The place, al-mahal, the place of the haraka, I'll go back to this one later, don't worry, is busy with a suitable haraka. This is talking about when you have ya mutakallim at the end of the word. So if you put a ya at the end to become Rabbi, my Rob, my master, kitabi, my book, whether it's rafa, nasab, or jar, it always gonna be kitabi, always gonna be Rabbi. You never see Rabbui in the Quran. You never see Rabbai in the Quran, right? You always see Rabbi, always Rabbi. Okay, so this is the three reasons why we will have to use i'rab that is taqdiri. Okay, the impossible meaning when you have an alif at the end, when you have ya at the end, which is thiqal, and when you have ya mutakallim. Okay, this one is two words basically. So this is the three instances where we will use i'rab muqaddarah, okay, taqdiri. Okay, now we talked about flexible nouns before. We talked about mabni and mu'rab, right? there I already said
Oh.
mu'rab, we actually have two. So the one that we have been doing all this while is the first one, the sahih. Okay, the one that is clear, like just now, Rasul, Rasulu, Rasulah, Rasuli. Okay, that is clear. This is what we have been doing. The one that we have not been doing is mu'tal, the one that ends with weak letters. So this is what we're going to do now. Okay, so there are two types of weak endings, mu'tal. We have Maqsur and Manqus. So Maqsur is from the word alif Maqsurah, Maqsurah. So whenever you see Ism Maqsur, we are talking about words that end with alif. Okay, like same. Asa, Huda. Okay, and when you see Ism Manqus, this is from the root letters Nun, Qaf, Sod, Nakis. So this is talking about Ya at the end. Okay, so
Yeah, then.
yes. So first we do the alif. Ism Maqsur. Maqsur, Qaf, Sod, Roh. Okay, so this one is, for example, the word Huda. So you will always see Huda in the Quran, right? Here, how do we do the i'rab of the word Huda? So firstly, obviously, let's do the examples first. Here we have the word al-hawa, right? Whenever we see a word like this, where we cannot see clearly whether it's rafa, nasab, or jar, then you have to see the sentence, the context. What is it actually? Is it rafa, nasab, or jar? So what do you think is it here? Al-hawa here. What is it? Is it rafa, nasab, or jar?
This one nasab
Why nasab?
because of the meaning.
Yes, so tell
Don't
me.
follow your desire.
Yes, so what is tattabi'i? What kind of word is it?
Amar. Amar.
Fi'il amr? You mean, I think you said la tatabi together is a command as in prohibition, right? That's what you mean, right?
Oh, so this one fi'il mudori majzum, yeah.
Yes, okay. So fi'il mudhari majzum, and this la is
La nafi.
nafi or nahi?
Nahi.
Nahi, prohibition.
Nahi.
And what's the fa'il in tattabi'i?
Anta.
Yes, anta or
Oh,
you have ta at the beginning.
antum.
Anta
Eh?
and something always the same sirah, the same pattern.
This one, what? Not antum. Anta and what? This one, huh?
Hiya,
Anta and yeah, sorry, Anta and
right?
yeah.
Anta and hiya,
Oh,
right?
because of ita.
Yes, the ta in front, right? Yansuru, tansuru is here. Tansuru also anta, right? So see ta at the front, majzum, normal majzum with sukun. This is here or anta. So yes, the context is anta. So you have already a a fa'il inside. So this must be, why you say nasab? Because it's the in Iraq.
It's the maf'ulun bihi, I believe.
Yes, this is a maf'ul bihi, exactly. Okay, and then here we have Qul innal huda. So huda here is what? Uh, what was the i'rab of huda here?
Mansub.
Because
Mansub because of inna.
yes, because of inna
Isim
is
inna.
the yes is the ism of inna, and then this huda.
Khabaru inna.
Yes, so it must be what status?
Marfu.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So you see, it's the same word, but one is mansub, one is marfu. Here is mansub. Okay. So how we do the i'rab of this kind of words? First, we have to see the context. What is it? Okay. Once you know what it is, okay, means you estimate. When I say you know, means you, from the context, you know, you estimate it. You say it is, if it's marfu, you say this is whatever it is. Maybe it's khobar. Okay. Let's say this huda is for this one. You say this is khobar of inna, normal. Then marfu bil dhamma muqaddarah. Okay, marfu usually is with dhamma, right? Marfu with the dhamma. But can you see the dhamma? You cannot. So you are saying that you are implying the dhamma on alal alif, on the letter alif. It's not there, but you are estimating it to be there. It's actually huda you, and then becomes huda. Okay? Then li'annahu ism maqsur, because it is an ism that ends with an alif. Mana'a min zuhuriha at-ta'azzur. Okay? Mana'a means to prevent. Meaning that the dhamma is prevented from showing itself because it is ta'adzur. It's impossible for the alif to take a harakah. That's what it means. Okay? Can? So this one, you don't have to memorize. When we do a lot of Irab, it will be you will remember it, inshallah. Okay? For nasab, if it's like this, inna huda, this is ism of inna. So you say this is ism inna, mansub bil fathah muqaddarah. Same thing. You imply the fathah. It's not there, right? But you imply it to be there. Bil fathah muqaddarah alal alif, on the alif, and then the same thing. Li'annahu ism maqsur mana'a min zuhurihal ta'azzur. Okay? And then same thing for majrur. Alal huda, ala huda. So this must be jar because of ala. So this is ism majrur bil kasra muqaddarah. Okay, because you imply a kasrah here on the ya, on the alif, alal alif, and then same thing. The anahu ism maqsur, mana amin zuhuriha at-ta'azur. Okay, this term mana amin zuhuriha, a lot of times you will see if you see my Irab classes or if you see Irab books, a lot of time it is just changed. It's used with a lam, lil ta'azur, because of ta'azur. Enough. Okay. So sometimes they don't even say the whole thing. So this is the full one. Sometimes they just say alal alif, lil ta'azur. Enough. Okay. Can? Inshallah.
Okay. Can.
Okay. Now we have Ism Manqus. So Manqus from Nakis, so it ends with ya. Okay, so this one is your Nakis, really your Ism Fa'il basically, right? So remember da'a yada'u, da'in, right? Fadin. Okay, and then when you make it nasab, you open it up, then you get fadiyan. Okay, so this is munadiyan. This is an example from the Quran, and then the jar is the same, fadin. Okay. And then these words, okay, I don't think I told you when we did sarf, but if we put an al on it, or if it becomes a mudaf, then the ya comes out. Okay, so for example, fi'il madin. But when we say al-fi'lul al-madi with the ya. Okay, so al-madi with the ya. Same thing. Okay, so qadin, al-qadi. Okay, so when it's with al, or if it's a mudaf, the ya will be there. Okay?
Okay.
So here, this one, we have innana sami'na munadiyan. So munadiyan here, this is normal, right? This is maf'ul to sami'na. So this is normal and we will do the i'rab normally. But here you have anta. Anta will be mubtada. So qadin must be, if anta is mubtada,
Khobar.
yes, qadin must be the khobar. Yes, but it's kasratain because rafa and jar is the same. Okay, rafa is like this. So for this word here, you will say it's marfu bi dhamma muqaddarah. Same thing like just now. You imply the dhamma to be there. Ala on the ya that is mahzuf. The ya actually is called the yun, and then we hide the ya inside the kasratain. Yes. So that's what we say in Irab also. On the ya that is mahzufa. Okay. And then li'annahu ism manqus. Okay. Can? If it's nasab, then we say this is normal because when we take out the ya, we can put a fathatain on there, right? So this is normal. So this is just Ism Mansub bil Fathah. Okay? When it's
Okay.
jar,
Okay.
you say the same thing as you said in Rafa, but you just change it to Majrur. Majrur bil kasra muqaddara ala il mahsufah. Okay? The is majrur with the kasra that is implied on the ya that is not there. It's mahzuf, it's hidden. Okay? The anahu ism manqus. When the ya comes out, whether it's because of alif lam or whether it's because of it's a mudaf, okay, then you say it's marfu bil dhamma muqaddara ala ya. The ya is there, so it's like the alif just now. And then you just say mana amin zuhuriha, because it's ala ya, it's not ta'zur anymore, it's siqal, it's difficult. Okay?
Siqal.
Yes,
Siqal.
siqal. Yes, siqal. And when it's mansub again, it will, because this is the light version basically of munadiyan, right? So if munadiyan is light, you just have to delete one tanwin, so it becomes munadiya. So here is da'iyah. So this is still a mansub bil fathah. So whether it's light or heavy, it's still the same for i'rab. It's normal. Okay? And then the jar is the same as the rafa again. So this is ala qaldi. This is must be a mudaf or something. Okay, that's why the ya comes out. So majrur bil kasra al muqaddara ala al ya again lil siqal. Can? Inshallah.
Siqal.
Yes.
Okay.
Now we're doing the third one, which is the ya mutakallim. Okay, so we have a series of this ya mutakallim. The first one is if you attach a ya mutakallim to an ism sahih. So ism sahih means normal ism basically, like kitab, like Rabbi, or can also have a last letter which is ya or wow, but that letter will be treated normal. Means like the word dalwun, right? Dalwun, bucket, right? Because you have a sukun on the lam, right? You can have a haraka on the waw itself. So it's like a normal letter. It can take a haraka. So for these kinds of word, when you attach a ya mutakallim, then the last haraka of the ism will be kasrah, right? Kita, oh sorry, this one. Kita, the ba has a kasrah. Kutubi, right? The ba has a kasrah. My book, my books. Okay, it has a kasrah. This is from the word talibat, right? The ta has a kasrah. This is from the word dalwun. The waw has a kasrah. Okay, or you can have a ya mutakalim at the end, and the ya mutakalim does not have a sukun like this, but has a fathah. Okay, so it's still kasra on the very last letter, on the ba, on the ta, but unlike this one, this is the one we always think of when we think about ya mutakalim, but ya mutakalim can have a fathah on it also. Okay, we have in the Quran also, for example, here, in ajriya, okay, my reward. My reward is only with Allah. Okay, so ajriya, we have a ya mutakalim here, and it has a fathah. Okay, so it can have kasrah, it can have sukun or it can have fathah. Okay, and the kasrah will always be on the last letter of the ism. So how do we do the i'rab of this? So here we have inna allaha rabbi. So inna is half of nasab, right? Lafzul jalalah will be?
Apa ni, isim inna?
Yes, ism inna mansub bil fathah. Rabbi must be?
Baru inna.
So how about
So
inna
this
is
one will be
marfu?
nakis.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So we say this is khabar inna marfu bil dhamma muqaddarah. Again, all three times is always muqaddarah. Then we say mana'a min zuhuriha ishtighal al-mahal bil haraka munasabah. This is all still talking about the kasra on the ba here. It's saying that it is
Mm.
marfu with a dhamma that
Mm.
you imply
Mm.
because the place of this ba is busy with a suitable harakah. The suitable harakah is kasrah lah. Okay? Because
Mm.
ya forces it to get a kasrah. Okay? And then after you talk about that, then you talk about your ya mutakalim. Your ya mutakalim is a domir muttasil fi mahali jar because it's your mudhaf ilaihi bil idafah. Can understand?
Bil-idafah. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Here we have ani budullaha rabbi. So here ubudu is fi'il amr, lafzu jalalah is your maf'ul. This is badal
Mm.
or you can say sifa also to lafzu jalalah. So it's still rabbi but this is mansub because it's following lafzu jalalah. So same thing you say mansub bil fathah muqaddara mana'a min zuhuriha ishtighal al mahal bil haraka munasabah. Okay, the place of the ba is busy. Why is it busy with? With a suitable haraka, meaning kasra, because the ya forces it to get a kasra. Then again, you talk about the ya
Okay.
mutakalim being domir mutasil fi mahali jar bil idafah. Same thing. Same thing here. Min Rabbi. Of course, min is half of jar. Rabbi must be jar. So, can you try and tell me what does this mean? Translate for me. Majrur bil kasrah muqaddarah.
Isim majrur bil
Mhm.
kasrah.
Mhm.
The Irab if imply or
Yes.
estimate.
Yes, the kasrah is estimated to be there. Mana amin
Uh,
zuhuriha?
Prevent from showing it.
Yes. Showing it means what? Showing itself means what?
Showing the harakat.
Yes, showing the actual harakat, the marfu harakat, the mansub
Okay.
harakat, the majrur harakat. Okay. Yes,
Uh,
ishtighal al-mahal.
Ishtighal is busy
What is
in
busy?
the place, mahal place.
Yes, the place is busy. What is it busy
With
with?
oh, the place is busy
Mm.
with
Mm.
harakat that is munasabah.
Yes, the
Yeah,
suitable harakah, which is the kasrah. Okay. So yes, you can say
the harakat.
this kasrah
Okay.
is kasrah, right? But uh, most of the scholars they will say this, okay, but you might see some scholars they just say this is majrur bil kasrah, not muqaddarah. Okay, some scholars do just
Mm.
say this is normal majrur bil kasrah, but most will say this is still muqaddarah because the ya wins lah, because here also is the ya is kasrah,
Mm.
right? Here also kasrah, so they say all is actually muqaddarah. This kasrah it's not because actually it's supposed to be kasrah, but the kasrah is still because of the ya being there. Okay? Can? Inshallah.
Okay. Can.
That is
Can.
for ism sahih. Then what happens if we have a ya mutakalim to ism musanna, a dual. Okay? So,
Oh, dua.
so if you want to say my two students, for example. Okay? So student is tolibani. This is the Rafa version, obviously. If you want to add ya, that's the mutaf ilaihi. First, you must make this light, right? So you have to delete the nun. Am I right? Am I right?
So means that this tanwin, this
Mhm.
tanwin represent the quantity, eh? What, eh?
This tanwin? What tanwin?
Or the sign, sorry, the nun represent the whole, the what? The
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 nun,
status, am I right?
yeah, yes. I mean, uh, actually, okay. So this is dual, right? So mostly mani, right? You will say it is marfu bil what?
Marfu bil subut nun.
That is for fi'il. That is
Marfu
for fi'il.
bil
The letter before the nun.
Bil.
Because this nun, you can drop when it's mudaf, right? So the sign of the dual is the alif. So if, for example, muslimuna, what is the sign of the rafa? Marfu bil? The
Bil
waw.
dhammah. Bil waw.
Yes, the waw. And then we say niyabatan anil dhammah, right? We do that. Okay. So this nun is not the sign like the fi'il, right? But yes, it will be dropped when it is light. So when you make it mudaf, right? You make this nun drop and then you can add the ya in. So you will get talibaya. This is the rafa version. Okay? This is the rafa version. If the word is nasab and or jar, so talibaini, muslimaini, again, you have to drop the nun to make it light. And then you can drop the ya. So if you drop the nun, you get talibai. And then you add ya, you put shadda on it. So you get talibaya. This is the nasab or jar version. Yes. Okay. So we have this in the Quran, not many, obviously. We don't have much tools in the Quran anyway, whether it's a fi'il or ism. But we have this. So we actually say this maybe a lot of time, right? Rabbil firli wali walidayya. Okay. Rabbi, okay. Ighfir, dua, right? Anta, amar, anta. Li, half of jar, with a ya mutakadim. Forgive me. Wow is atifah. This li is another half of jar. And then walidai. Okay. Walidani, walidaini. So this is the nasab and jar because of the half of jar here. Okay. So walidaini. Delete the nun. Put ya becomes walidayya. Okay. The i'rab of this is normal. Ism majrur bil ya. Yes, bil ya. Niyabatan anil kasra li'annahu musanna. So normal. And then the ya is your domir muttasil mabni ala al-fath fi mahali jar bil idafah. Okay, so this is the i'rab wise is normal. Okay, but maybe the putting the ya mutakadim, maybe we're not so sure about that only. Okay, so the i'rab wise is normal. Okay, so if this if the word is walidaya, if it was rafa, then it will be marfu bil alif as per normal here. Niyabatan anil dhamma li'annahu maybe is a mubtada or something. And then your ya is your mudhaf ilaihi lah, normal. Okay? Can? InsyaAllah. That is ism musanna. Then if you want to add a ya mutakallim to jamak muzakkar salim. So here we have your talibuna. Right? This is rafa. Again, if you want to make it a mudhaf, we have to drop the nun and we add the ya. So we get talibu plus ya. But then because of the ya, the waw got to change to a ya. You cannot say talibu ya, right? We cannot do that. So it becomes talibiya. Okay? Can?
Talibiya.
Yes. Biya. So the waw changed to ya, and because the waw changed to ya, the ba also, the kasrah have to come down. So talibiya. That is rafa. Nasab and jar, it starts with talibina. So you drop the nun, you get talibi. So when you add the ya, you get talibiya. So end up, rafa, nasab and jar will look the same. Okay? But when you do i'rab, it's different a bit lah. Nasab and jar, you do i'rab as per normal. But if it was rafa, you got to say a bit. So for example, ja'a talibiyya. Rafa nasab jar actually looks the same, but because this is ja'a, right? This must be the fa'il because who came, right? So my students came. So we say that this talibiyya is fa'il marfu bil waw as per normal. Okay, wa alamatu raf'ihi bil al waw normal. Li'annahu jamak muzakkar salim. Normal. So far normal. Okay. Then wa hadhil waw, this waw change to a ya. Al-munqalibatu ya. Okay, this waw change to a ya, and then wal mudghamatu ma'a ya'il mutakallim, and then it merge with the ya mutakallim. So this is very rare. In the Quran, we have one actually, but there's something going on here also. So I cannot talk about this now. Okay, but inshallah, this is rare. You have this, not so many, but if you ever come across such, you might see this. Okay, and then the ya is normal lah. Domir mutasil fi mahali jar mudhaf ilaih. Okay, so if you do i'rab for this, it's normal. Just mansub bil ya niabatan anil kasrah di annahu jamak muzakkar salim, and then you talk about the ya, finish. Okay, but if it's rafa, then you got this extra line here. Okay, can inshallah. Then we have ya mutakallim add to Ism Maqsur. So Ism Maqsur is ends with what? Ends with alif or ends with ya?
Yeah.
Maqsur. Yes, ends with ya. Okay, so for example, qadi, judge, qadiyah, my judge. Yes, my judge. Okay, so basically this is easy. The two ya just merge. This is the same, right? Qadi, and then you just merge the two ya together. Okay, and the ya gets a fathah lah at the end. Okay, so here, how do we do i'rab for this? I don't think this is in the Quran, but I just give you khabar marfu bi dhamma muqaddara ala ya. Okay, so it is marfu bil dhamma muqaddara again, because you cannot see the dhamma anymore, right? I mean, even if it was normal qadin also just now, you can never see the dhamma anyway. So but it's on the ya. Okay, and then because it's on the ya, you're gonna say lil sikol, because it's difficult to put dhamma there. Okay, and then you talk about the ya as per normal. Your ya is domir muttasil fi mahali jar mudhaf ilaihi. Okay, then we have ra'aitu qadiyah. I saw my judge. So ra'aitu fi'il fa'il. This must be maf'ul. So again, mansub bil fathah muqaddarah. Cannot see the fathah anymore. It's always going to be this anyway. Qadiyah, qadiyah, qadiyah. It's always going to be that. So alal ya mana'a min zuhuriha athiqal again. And then you talk about the ya being your mudhaf ilaihi. Normal. Okay. Again, here marartu fi'il fa'il bi qadiyah. So B is harf of jar. This must be majrur. So this is ism majrur bil kasrah muqaddara alal ya. Lithical. Same thing. So it's always the same, basically. Okay, but the notes, you're probably gonna forget some things because not everything we will always see. Maybe we see a lot of Ism Manqus, but not many yang mutakalim. So this is always gonna be there on the notes. You just have to come back here to see it. Okay, inshallah. Last one. If you add ya mutakallim to Ism Maqsur. Maqsur means ends with alif. So this one you have a bit in the Quran. So asa is staff, right? When Allah talk about Musa having a staff, this is the word that he used, asa. So if you add a ya, you just have it as asa ya. Or the alif of this, the word asa, will be changed to ya, and then it gets merged again with the ya mutakallim. So asa, change this to ya and merge this ya, you get asa ya. Okay, so can be two. Both is possible. In the Quran, Allah used this one, asa ya, this one. Okay, so here, yes. So if you are talking about this one, as say for example, hada asaya, this is my stuff, this is mubtada, this is khabar. So marfu bil dhamma muqaddara alal alif, normal, like just now that when we do ism maqsur alal alif, lil ta'addur, because alif cannot take a harakah. Then the ya is dhamir muttasil fi mahali jar bil idafah, normal. Okay, and then here again same thing, maf'ul bihi mansub bil fathah muqaddara alal alif. So this is ta'azzur again, and then you talk about the ya separately as the mudhaf ilayhi. And then same thing here, ala asa ya. So ala is harf of jar. This is majrur. Bil kasra muqaddara again, alal alif. So this is the ta'azur, and then you talk about the ya separately. So you talk about asa and you talk about ya basically. Okay? Can? Inshallah. Easy?
Can. Easy.
Okay, now fi'il madi. We have to talk about fi'il madi and fi'il mudori, right? So this is our chart for da'a, for example. Da'a, da'awa, da'aw, da'at, da'ata, da'awna, and then after that all da'awta, da'aw, all the way, right? So usually we say that fi'il madi here is mabni ala al-fat for this four. This is mabni ala dom, and then this is mabni ala sukun, the rest here. Okay, so the only one, or maybe the one that is the same is hunna onwards. It's always going to be mabni ala sukun anyway. Okay, but here we have some differences than the normal. Okay, so we have to talk about this separately a bit, because sometimes here we have da'a with an alif. Here we have hada with a ya. Here alif maksura. Here we have a ya normal like nasoro, basically like sami'ah, right? So we have to talk about this separately. Okay, so for words like da'a, okay, where your huma is da'awa, here is da'aw, and then your hiya version is da'at, da'ata, da'awna. Okay, so da'a here is normally for huwa is fi'il madi mabni alal fat, right? The only thing different is you add muqaddar. Okay, again, you think about it as nasoro. Usually you have a fathah on the very last letter, right? So you don't have it. So you say alal fat muqaddar. Okay, so here we don't say muqaddaro because the fathah also no tamarbuta. Just now all we see dhamma al-muqaddarah also. Tamabuta, tamabuta. Here in fi'il madi, when we say is mabni, we say mabni ala fat, mabni ala kasr, mabni ala dom. We don't say fathah, we don't say dhammah. So when we use muqaddar when it's mabni, also same, no tamarbuta. Okay? So here is mabni ala fat, muqaddar. Okay? And then you have to say on what letter? So this is on alif. So alal alif lil ta'adzur. Okay? And then you talk about your fa'il as per normal. Yes, lil ta'adzur. Oh, sorry, this is da, not dal. I have to correct this. And then you talk about your fa'il as per normal. Fa'il for huwa is domir, mustatir, jawazan, takdiruhu, huwa. Normal. Okay, so the only difference here is to add muqaddar here. Okay, think about it as fi'il madi huwa is mabni alal fat. The only difference is you cannot see fathah anymore, so you say muqaddar. That's all. The rest is the same. Okay, same thing for here also. Hada, this is still fi'il madi huwa. Again, no fathah on the very last letter, right? So say the same thing. Fi'il madi mabni alal fat al muqaddar. Again, this is alif, so alal alif lil ta'adzur, your fa'il is the same. Can? And last one is rodiyah. Rodiyah is normal fathah, so you do this normally. Fi'il madi mabni alal fat. And then talk about your fa'il, domir mustatir, jawazan takdiruhu huwa. Means that all the black is normal. Okay? This is a bit different. This is a bit different. The rest all is the same. Okay? Huma will be always normal, no matter what, because you always have the alif at the end and fathah before it. So think about nasoro here. This is nasoro. So it's the same. Nasoro, hadaya, nasoro, or sami'a, rodiya. So the Irab for fi'il madi huma is always the same. So that's why I put it black. No change at all. Okay, just to remind ourselves, for huma it's fi'il madi mabni alal fath also. And then we say litisolihi bi alif isnain, because we hardly see huma also, right? So maybe forget this. We say this is alif al isnain, the alif for the dual. And then we say that the alif itself is your domir muttasil fi mahali rafa fa'il. Okay, same thing for hadaya, same thing for rodiyah, all same. Clear until here? Then we go to the whom. Okay, whom is from da'a becomes da'au. Usually we have mabni ala dom, nasoru. We have a dhamma on the very last letter, ro. For this one, for da'au and hadau, okay, we say fi'il madi mabni ala dom muqaddar. Okay, muqaddar. Alal alif or wow, I put here, or wow, al-mahzufa. Meaning that if someone say this is, okay, when we did this, there is actually supposed to be you and then we drop the ya. Yes? Or we drop the alif basically, if you talk about this one here being alif. Okay? So the alif, when they say alif mahzufa, they're talking about, okay, I have to write this, sorry. 50. Are you okay?
Okay.
Blue?
Sejuk sikit.
I see. 50. Okay. So, da'a, this is huwa. Da'awa, this is huma. So, when we make it whom, we take from here, da'a, we add waw alif as per normal, nasoru, and then we delete this alif, right? And then we get da'au. Okay? So, what? Yes. So, you will see two Irab basically. Sometimes they will always say mabni ala dom muqaddar. The dhamma is, you don't see the dhamma, so you have to say that it is takdiri, it is estimated. But upon what? This one, they differ. Some scholars will say alal alif, so they're talking about this alif that they delete here. Okay. Some scholars will say alal waw, because this alif, the root letter is actually waw. So when they say alal waw, they means actually the word is like this, but then you delete the waw. So that's what they mean. Either they talk about the alif here from the huwa, or they're talking about the actual alif is not alif, it's actually the root letter waw. Okay? So that's why I say, I put here aw waw, because some books you see they say alal alif mahzufa, some books they say alal waw mahzufa. Okay? So they're actually talking about the same letter, this letter here, which is actually originally root letter waw. Understand? Okay? Then after that, you go back to your normal. Here, usually you say fi'il madi mabni ala dom litisolihi biwaw jama'ah. So go back to your normal. Litisolihi biwaw jama'ah. And then the waw itself is domir mutasil fi mahali rafa fa'il. Okay, so the only difference is this part. Muqaddara until mahsufah here. Okay, can? For hadau, same thing. For hadau, same thing. So, we start with hada, like this. And then we get hadaya. And then we get whom. From here, we add waw. We drop this one here. Okay. So, what they say here is, same thing. Fi'il madi, mabni ala dom, muqaddar. The dhamma is not there. You have to imply. On what letter? Alal alif al-mahzufa, because this is alif maksura, alif. Or they might say alal al-ya al-mahzufa, because the root letter is actually a ya. So same thing. Just now the root letter is waw. Here the root letter is ya. So either way, it's the same thing. Okay. litisalihi biwaw al-jama'ah, waw dhamir muttasil fi mahalli rafa' fa'il. Normal. Okay? For rodu, this is from rodiyah. This is normal. This is normal. This is not normal. We said that madi hum nakis, no matter what, the ya, the alif, the waw will be deleted. So same thing for rodiyu. Okay? It is deleted. But the dhamma here move to the dot. It is actually rodiyu, right? They delete the ya, but they still move the dhamma. So the dhamma is there. So it is fi'il madi mabni alal dom. It's there. Okay, it's there. But you still have to say, you still have to talk about the letter that you drop. Alal ya al-mahzufa litisalihi biwaw jama'ah. You still have to talk about the letter that you drop. So the Irab, you have to understand what the sarf is doing. If you understand what the sarf is doing, then you understand what the Irab is saying. If you don't understand what the sarf doing, then your Irab also you lost. Okay? Can? Inshallah? Clear about this one? Okay? So the only things you add is a bit. Just muqaddara alal wat. Okay? Here also. Muqaddara and muqaddar alal wat. Okay? Otherwise the same. Huwa always mabni alal fat. Huma always mabni alal fat. Hum always mabni alal dom. Either you can see the dom or you cannot see the dom. Either you can see the fat or you cannot see the fat. That's the only difference. Can? Clear? Now we move on to hiya. Okay? Here, same thing. When we go from da'a, da'aw, da'aw here for the whom. Here, we take from here, da'a, and then we add ta, and then because there's two sukuns, we drop this alif, right? So, the Irab will also talk about this alif, okay? What do they say? It says, fi'il madi, mabni alal fat, same. Here is always mabni alal fat. Again, the fat is muqaddar. It's actually nasorat. There's actually another letter that you drop. So, the fat is muqaddar on the alif or waw that you drop here at the da'at just now. Understand? Then you say, litisalihi bita at-ta'nis. This ta'nis is, of course, la mahala laha min al-i'rab. And then this the fa'il is normal dhamir mustatir jawazan taqdiruhu hiya. Okay? Same thing for hadat. Same thing. You will drop the alif. So you will say the same thing. Fi'il madi mabni ala al-fat al-muqaddar ala al-alif o ya al-mahzufa litisalihi bita at-ta'nis. And then the fa'il is dhamir mustatir jawazan taqdiruhu hiya. Okay? And here, radiyat. Again, this is normal, like sami'at, right? This is normal. So the i'rab also normal. Fi'il madi, mabni ala al-fat. The ta is ta ta'nis. It's la mahala laha min al-i'rab. And then the fa'il is dhamir mustatir jawazan taqdiruhu hiya. This is your normal i'rab. Here you add your muqaddar. Can? Inshallah? Then the huma. Okay. The huma is da'ata. So again, something is dropped. Your normal is nasorota, right? So there is a ro. There's a one letter that is dropped here. When we do the sarf also, this drop, whatever you drop here, you will drop here also. So same thing here, you will say fi'il madi, mabni alal fat, muqaddar alal alif or waw that you drop here at the third letter. Okay, mahzufa litisalihi bi alif al-ithnain. The alif itself is dhamir muttasil fi mahalli rafa' fa'il. Okay, same thing for hadata. Again, you drop the alif here or the ya if you're talking about the root letter. So, mabni alal fat, muqaddar alal alif or alal ya al-mahzufa litisalihi bita al-ta'nis. Alif is dhamir muttasil fi mahalli rafa' fa'il. And last one, radiyata. This is normal, right? Sami'ata. So, our i'rab also normal, which is mabni alal fat litisalihi bita ta'nis la mahala laha min al-i'rab. and then alif is dhamir muttasil fi mahalli rafa' fa'il. Okay? Easy? Inshallah? Are you there? Yeah, I lost you already. Last one is hunna onwards. So hunna onwards is always going to be mabni ala sukun. So this one is actually normal, just like your nasorna, right? It looks the same also. Nasorna. So it's mabni ala sukun, litisalihi, bin nun niswa. The nun itself is your fa'il. So this one onwards, meaning, let me show you, sorry. Here, from hunna onwards, all your until nahnu is always mabni ala sukun. This one is normal i'rab as normally you do for other words also. Okay, so the only difference is actually here and here, the red ones and the blue one. Okay, the rest all is actually the same as the normal i'rab. Can, inshallah?
Can.
Can we do
Can.
one last one? Or is it too much information? The last one
No, it's
is,
okay. It's okay.
okay, the last one is fi'il mudari. Okay, fi'il mudari. Okay, let's do recap first to see where is the difference. So da'a yada'u, right? This is huwa. Can you give me huma?
Yad'uwani.
Very good. Yada'uwani hum.
Yad'una.
Good. And then hiya.
Yatad'u.
Good. And then next one. Huma.
Tad'uwani.
Yes. Tad'uwani. And then hunna.
Uh, Tad'u.
Ta or ya?
Ya. Tadi.
Hunna start with ya. And then
Ya.
what does it end?
Yad'uwani.
Okay. Hunna. So think about yansuru. What happens here?
Yang surani, yang suruna.
And then tansuru, tansuroni. Yeah.
Tansurna.
Yansurna for hunna. Okay. Yansurna means you put a sukun on the very last letter, which is already sukun, and na. Okay. So meaning that this is marfu bil what? The
Bil
duals?
Dhamma. Dhamma.
No dhamma. The one that I highlight. The
Marfu
dual.
bil subut nun.
Yes.
Subut nun.
Correct. Subutun nun. Okay. So no difference irab for this one. What about this one? This is marfu bil what?
Bil Dhamma.
This is whom?
This one subut nun also.
Yes, also subutun nun. Okay, let me put this blue. Okay. And then what about this one? Hunna.
This one
Hmm.
subut nun also.
Are you sure?
Sorry. This one.
Okay.
This one is what?
If this is subutun nun, right? The blue ones is subutun nun, right? Means that when it's mansub and when it's majzum, what happens to the nun? What happens to the nun when it is mansub or majzum for the ones that you say is subutun nun?
What happened to the nun?
Yes, this is marfu. If you make it mansub, what happens?
Become
No.
Become ya.
No. When you make it mansub, you drop the nun. Hazaf nun, right? This is
Sorry,
marfu.
tadi subut nun.
Yes,
Tadi
this is
subut nun ni
marfu.
hazam nun.
Subutun nun. So when you make it mansub or majzum, it's hazaf nun. Yes.
Hazaf nun. Remove the
Can
nun. Okay,
can you
okay.
make hunna hazaf nun? Hunna,
Uh, Huna.
the plural feminine, can you drop their nun?
Cannot.
Because it's what?
Cannot.
What do we say?
Because because of the what? Because of the
Hmm.
I forgot already because of what? Yeah.
Isma
Because of
beni.
the
Isma beni. We say isma
Mabni.
beni. Right? We will never drop the nun.
Mabni.
Even when we make command, we drop the nun here, we don't drop
Hmm.
this nun. Remember? Right? So here,
Yeah,
this
correct.
is anta. So tada'uwani antum, tada'una. Anti is what?
Ada anti
Hmm.
uwai ni.
Just
Uwai ni.
ina, right? You add ina. So you drop the waw and drop the ain. Okay? Tada'ina, right? Tansurina.
Ada
Yes, actually, yes. Okay?
ada
So this is also marfu bi subutun nun. Yes? You can drop this nun, right? And then this is tada'uwani, this is subutun nun, this is mabni. And then last one we have ana is
nad'u.
ana.
Nad'u.
Yes,
Ad'u
ada'u
nad'u.
and nada'u. Okay?
Nad'u.
Means that this is always mabni. The blue ones is marfu bi dhamma, marfu bi subutun nun, mansub majzum bi hazaf nun. Means that when we talk about nakis fi'il mudhari, we only talk about huwa, hiya, anta, ana, nahnu. The ones that is usually marfu bi dhamma, mansub bil fathah, majzum bis sukun. Usually like that, right? Yansuru, yansuro, yansur. Okay, so we are only talking
Yeah.
about this. Okay, we don't have to talk about this because this is normal. Subutun nun, hazaf nun. This one is mabni. Okay, so
Mabni.
yes,
Yeah.
so we only talk about this kind. Okay, the ones that is usually marfu bi dhamma. So we have three kinds. We have ending alif, we have ending waw, and we have ending ya. Okay, so let's start with the waw first because we were doing this. Yada'u. Okay, when it's marfu, we say fi'il mudhari marfu. Usually bi dhamma. Again, you cannot see the dhamma. So you say bi dhamma muqaddara. On what letter? Alal waw. So because it's waw, not alif, you say lil sikol. Same like ya. Okay? Can? And then you talk about the
Can.
fa'il. Dhamir mustatir. Takdiruhu huwa. Okay? If it's mansub, yad'u here become lan nad'uwa because we said when we do sarf, it's letter waw, you can put fathah, you put fathah, right? So it becomes nad'uwa. So this is normal. Mansub bil fathah. This is normal. Okay? When it's majzum, you totally drop the waw. So you say fi'il mudhari majzum bi hazaf harfil illah. Okay, which is the letter waw in this case. Okay, you hazaf the harf illah, the weak letter. In this case is waw. If you want to say, you say wahuwal waw. And then you talk about the fa'il being, here in this case is anta. Can? Okay, that is waw. Then we talk about ya. So for example, yarmi, okay, it's actually yarmi, you, right? So fi'il mudhari marfu. Again, you cannot see the dhamma, so you say bi dhamma muqaddara. Ala, what letter? Ya. So if it's a ya, it is thiqal, lil thiqal. And then you talk about the fa'il as per normal. Okay? Again, same thing, just like the waw, the mansub, you can put a fathah. Waw and ya, you can put fathah for mansub. So it is fi'il mudhari mansub bil fathah, normal. And again, this is always the same for all. You will drop whatever the weak letter is. So you say fi'il mudari majzum bi hazaf harf illa. In this case is ya. You say wa huwal ya if you want to say what letter is it. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you talk about the fa'il as per normal. Now comes to alif, yakhsha. Okay, same thing. Fi'il mudari marfu bil dhamma muqaddara on what letter? Alal alif. So if it's alif, it's not thiqal, it is ta'adzur because impossible to put harakah there. Okay? And when it's alif, it is impossible to put harakah. So when it's mansub, also you cannot put fathah. So it remains like that for mansub. So marfu and mansub will look exactly the same. So this is mansub bil fathah muqaddara, still alal alif, still ta'adzur. And then you talk about the fa'il, the same thing. The only same thing as the rest is when it's majzum, it will drop the alif. Okay, so fi'il mudari majzum bihazaf harf illa. If you want to say, you can say wahuwal alif. And then you talk about the fa'il as per normal. Easy? Can?
Okay.
Inshallah?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So I know this is quite a lot of information, okay? But don't worry, when we do Irab, right, I will prompt you on what to say. What is it on? That kind of thing. Can you see the Dhamma or not? So you will get used to it. So don't worry so much, okay? Don't think about alamak, how to memorize all this. No need to memorize, okay? When we do Irab, we do enough Irab, you will get it inshallah. Okay, any questions?
Okay. No questions is.
Okay, if no questions, Alhamdulillah, I see you on Friday, insyaAllah. Subhanakallahumma wa
Yes.
bihamdika la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam sis. Thank you sis.
No worries.